Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. I have written a song for such a time as this. It's the most confusing time of the year. Don't listen to how I can't really hold a tune, okay? I go to bed hot, I wake up cold. I don't know what to wear, 'cause it's the most confusing time of the year. Is it Thanksgiving? Is it Halloween? Is it Christmas? We don't know, because we have pumpkins and Christmas trees and turkeys all aglow. It's the most confusing time of the year. Oh, there's the two ducks. Hello, good morning, ducks. Can y'all see the ducks? Anyway, well, hello. Bet you didn't know you were going to be serenaded to on such a beautifully cold Tuesday morning to the tune of It's the most wonderful time of the year. Well, that's because last night when I went to bed, I was hot and I turned my heat off because my house is cold, but it wasn't cold enough for me to go to sleep, you know? Anyway, woke up this morning and the house was 61 degrees. No wonder Gracie slept under the covers with me. That was part of the reason I was hot. I think it was just me that was hot because I worked on my tree. And look, some people don't like that I have already put my tree up. But you know what I say? If it's in the confines of your own home, I don't care if you leave your tree up year round. I don't care if you decorate for Halloween and leave it up till Easter. I don't care if you want to decorate now for Valentine's Day, 'cause it's your home and you can decorate however you want to, whenever you want to, okay? I know everybody gets all upset about Thanksgiving. Yeah, we forget all about Thanksgiving and we go straight from Halloween to Christmas. I ain't forgetting about Thanksgiving. I am not, 'cause you know what? I am thankful for Jesus, so I am putting his tree up early. Yes, I am. You think Jesus really cares that I put up a tree for him? Probably not. I don't know. He might. It's beautiful. It's not done yet, but it's beautiful. I left yesterday and went to Old Time Pottery, and I bought more lights. They had no cool lights. And if you could see the size of that store to know that that's a big deal. So I bought warm lights and I mixed the two. Yes, I did. I put cool and warm lights together because I'm edgy like that. Yeah. It's all good though, you know? Because I'm the one that's sweeping up all the little tidbits that fall off the tree and screaming at the cat every time she gets near it. She used to tear up trees so bad. When I lived in the apartment, I had a small tree. Very small tree, and she was a kitten and she would climb it. Well, I mean, it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen, you know? So I just left her. I let her be. Let it be. Let it be. I forgot the rest of the words, but let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be. Then we moved to the townhouse and I had a bigger area. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put up a big tree. Yeah. Well, she continued to climb it and she destroyed the tree because the heavier she got, the more those, limbs bent. Because I don't get a real tree. I have artificial trees. Going to get a tree is not easy for me. Yeah, they can strap it on top of my car. Great. Then what? I can't reach the top of my car to unstrap it and get it off. I don't want to scratch up my car trying to get it off. I don't want to have to drag it in the house. And then we have horror stories from when my sister bought. She still buys fresh trees, I think. She might not anymore. Now that I think about it, I think she has artificial trees. But we went to get a tree when Justin was about 9. And it was one of the funniest experiences because they had this new house, this big house. So she picked a really big tree. And that really big tree would not go in the back of that Bronco. So Donnie had to trim it to get it to fit in the back. And then when we got it home, the trunk was too big to go in the tree stand she had. So then we had to go to Rose's in Blue Ridge, which was their only store back then, and bought the biggest tree stand they had. It still didn't fit in the tree stand. So then my brother-in-law nailed pieces of wood to it and created a stand, but he didn't account for water. So by the time Christmas came, it was a true Charlie Brown tree because it had no needles. Yeah, so I don't mess with the real trees. But yeah, you know what? I don't care. If you want to leave up your Valentine's, Easter, Independence Day, Labor Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, I don't care. New Year's Eve, I don't care if you leave it all up all year long, because it's your house. And it don't bother me none. I used to work with the deputy who would say that. Don't bother me none. That's how he said it. Don't bother me none. So there you go. Don't let it bother you none, because it's just a tree. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, all right, well, I'll be back because my arm's starting to hurt from holding the phone like this. So I'm just gonna drive without a coat because the high is gonna be almost 70. So I'm just like, you know what? I can sit cold for a minute. It's 46 degrees. I can handle it. I'm tough. There goes my bucket rolling. I am tough and I can handle 46 degrees without a coat on and a thin sweater. Not really, I'm freezing. But I have heated seats and I'm waiting on those bad boys to do their thing and heat up. Well, anyway, the girls came out to get in the car and I asked their mom, I said, do you take them to school in the mornings? And she said, oh yeah. She said, I'd rather take them to school because the bus stops to pick them up at 6:30 a.m. and it was 7:30 and she was putting them in the car to take them to school an hour later. And she was like, I'd rather sleep an extra hour. I was like, you know what? I don't blame you because that's ridiculous to pick up these little girls at 6:30. And she said that with all the wildlife we have in our neighborhood, that she doesn't like them being out, and I don't blame her. She said that her oldest daughter, she's in high school, that something came out of the woods and chased her, don't know what it was, and she fell and had a concussion. She had to take her to the doctor or the hospital or something. She had to take her for medical treatment because she had a concussion because something came out of the woods and chased her. I don't know what it was. She said it was either a fox or a coyote. Now, I don't know this to be true, but an old timer told me that you will never see a fox and a coyote in the same area. I don't know. My dad saw the fox a few weeks ago. I can almost see a fox coming after you, not necessarily to hurt you, but if they've got babies and you get close, I could kind of see them. I mean, the fox used to walk me and Charlie around the block every morning and it would run up to us. It never tried to bite or get even close enough to bite, but it would run with us. So that's why I say I might can see the fox. I don't know. But anyway, it scared her. She definitely don't want the girls having to walk up the street in the dark. Anyway, I'm glad she takes them because we also have a traffic problem that no one will do anything about. So, you know, what can you do, right? Am I right? Well, for my I'm a Survivor people, did y'all see the video about Carl and Tat, the ostriches, and the coyote? If not, go look it up. I mean, it is for mature audiences only, and he gives that warning several times. But wow, I was like, that makes me want an ostrich. However, I think I would want a female ostrich because those males can get quite snippy. I will say snippy, but I mean, mostly they do it with the men folk. They don't do it so much with the women folk, but I still wouldn't trust them. They can eliminate you very quickly. Did I ever tell y'all the story about the time the ostrich chased me? True story. I had my mom and my Aunt Dorothy and my Uncle Junior with me, and we were up where Dorothy and Junior lived, and we're going down this road. My uncle said, hey, pull in right here. There was a little bitty store on the corner, and it was rocks. It was made of rocks, a rock store. And it was just like a little gas station type, convenience store. Honey, you're rolling. So my uncle says, pull in here. I want to show you something. So we pull in behind the store, and there was a little pasture type thing. And he said, look over there. Look over yonder. I think is what he said. Look over yonder. And it was an ostrich. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I go see it? And he was like, yeah. I mean, I didn't go in the pasture. Unless I climbed over, I had no way of getting in the pasture. But still, I wanted to get out and walk up to the fence and cast my eyes upon it. I only wish I'd had a camera. But that thing saw me and took off running. And they're the fastest runners on earth for birds or something. Anyway, they're fast. That thing took off running towards me, and I screamed, and I took off running towards the car. And my uncle, I thought he was gonna become deceased that day because he was laughing so hard at me. Because by the time it kicked in that ostrich is running towards me, and in my mind, I thought the ostrich could probably jump over the fence. He probably could have. It wasn't a tall fence. So I'm, fight or flight. I'm gonna flight. Yes, I am. I'm gonna flight. And I flighted all the way back to the car. And my uncle nearly became deceased because of laughter. My mom laughed. My Aunt Dorothy laughed. My Aunt Dorothy had the cutest laugh. She laughed like my pawpaw. They laugh like that. She never really made much of a sound, but she always had a little dip snuff in her mouth. So she always had a little napkin folded up, so she could wipe the corners of her mouth. It's so disgusting. But anyway, and she carried a little mason jar with a lid on it that had a napkin stuffed in it, and she'd spit in it. She was laughing so hard. And she'd take that little napkin and put it up to her mouth. So funny. So funny. My mom didn't get that laugh. My mom laughed. She cackled. She laughed. All out laughed. I do all kinds of sounds when I laugh. I when I really get tickled, I told Trina, because Trina got me so tickled one time I did it. It's like I bark. It's like this sound comes out of me that I don't know what it is, but it's like, I don't know what it is. I can't catch my breath. I used to do that a lot when I worked with Trina. I would laugh until I barked. I'm at work, so I will talk to y'all later. All right, and now we are at the end of the day, almost 3 o'clock, and it's 72 degrees. It's quite warm. Y'all ain't gonna believe what I do. You probably will. So I went to Target the other day, and when I was in Target, I have grown to love this soap. It's by Native, and it's 9 ingredients or less. It's like a pretty natural soap. And yeah, anyway, I love the coconut vanilla scent. I think is what it's called, Tracy, not a smell. Anyway, it smells like coconut vanilla. But when I got there and I was looking, I was like, ooh, cookie butter. Well, doesn't that sound lovely? So they had a deodorant in cookie butter. So I bought it, and I bought the cookie butter soap. And I put the cookie butter on the next morning, and all throughout the day, every time I would raise my arms, I would smell cookie butter. Seeing me driving down the road smelling of my armpits, isn't that lovely? It smells like cookie. Right now at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it still smells like cookie butter under my arms. Y'all want to smell it? It smells so good. Well, when I said that to Lisa this morning, she didn't quite get it because she walked in and she sat her stuff down and I said, you want to smell my armpits? And she said, no. Before I could even finish my sentence, my question to her, she said no. I was like, you don't even know what I'm gonna ask. I mean, you're just already saying no. She said, you raised your arm and said, do you want to smell? No. I said, but it smells good. Don't you want to smell it? And she was like, not really. I said, come on. And I went walking over there to her and I raised my arm. And she was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And she smelled and she was like, well, that does smell really good. I said, I know, it's cookie butter. Only me. It smells like cookie butter. Want to smell it? I mean, it's not the first time I've asked someone to smell me. There was that video I did last year when I was in, but that was a stranger. I mean, at least this time it was Lisa, but last year it was a complete stranger in the Sprouts who was looking for some essential oils. And I was like, oh, I just put some on my arm. You want to smell me? And he was like, okay. Why do I have to be this way? That's how my day went. I was asking my coworker to smell me, but it still smells good several hours later. How about that? Yeah, I love it. It's by Native. You can get it at Walmart, Target, grocery store. Now, I haven't seen the deodorant at the grocery store, but it would be cheaper at Walmart anyway. I'm gonna warn you, it is expensive. If you are gonna buy natural products, they are gonna be more expensive, which is silly to me because they have 9 ingredients. You know, those other deodorants have 5 million ingredients and they're cheaper. So why is 9 ingredients more expensive? Seems like it would be cheaper. Maybe because they're better ingredients. Did you ever think about that? No parabens, no aluminums. Yeah. I don't care if you wear aluminums and parabens, but I don't want to. We each do our own thing, right? Right. I'm feeling feisty this afternoon. Anyway, I'm going to the bank to make a deposit, and then I have to go by my boss's house to drop off some items from the office, and then I'm going home and continue the work on the tree. Maybe I'll finish sometime soon. And I'll show you, but I don't want to show you till it's done. Yeah, I want it to be a surprise. So anyway, here I am pulling into the bank now. So with this, I will let you go. I will bid you adieu, and I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, which will probably be tomorrow. You remember that I love you and Jesus loves you. Hit the like button, and I hope he's coming back soon. Hit the like button, because people are crazy. And hit the like button, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye.